Hello, welcome to Lakers Live post game show presented by the Ultimate Sports Show. Joined by, as always, my crew, Manny Medina. Lakers losing game one, 99-90. They just did, guys. I mean, throughout this whole game, the Lakers. I mean, it just kind of looked like how we started in the game against the Warriors. LeBron and Anthony Davis. They just couldn't find the rhythm. I mean. Anthony Davis, probably the worst shooting night I've seen him shoot in a long time. Just missing shots. I mean, obviously, we can mention here that we took way too many 3-point attempts today. You just got to adjust your game here. A lot of things that Vogel needs to look at. Manny, I know you got some things to say, and show's yours, man.
All right. Get ready to buckle your seatbelts, Laker Nation, because this is going to be a bumpy ride. And I'm glad you mentioned the 3-point shots, Aaron, because I'm about to touch on that right now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready. 7 for 26 from the 3. Are you kidding me, guys? Are you kidding me? LeBron James, 3 for 7 from 3. Like, you're taking 7 threes for what reason exactly? Tell me. Why are you taking 7 threes? Like, do you think you're like the last game against the Warriors that you're going to make like every 3-point shot? Like, NBA doesn't work like that. Stop with the threes and do what you're best at. You're good at driving the lane. Stop shooting your damn threes. AD, I'm going to touch on AD actually as well. Medina, I know you're going to have a lot to say about that as well, but I want to touch on that.
You have my permission, Manny. Say what you need to say.
I'm not going to say he had a terrible game because he did have 13 points, 7 rebounds. That's not a bad game, but for AD standards, I would say that's a very bad game because Anthony Davis is usually capable of getting 28 and 13, and he got 13 and 7. Not going to cut it, AD, sorry. And you shot 0 for 2 from the 3, and you shot 5 for 16 from the field. I don't know what you're doing taking 10 million jump shots from the corner and in the 2-point line, but you got to stop with that. Not good at all. And then you got Andre Drummond. I don't know what Frank Vogel's decision on that, because Frank Vogel, don't you think you're off the hook here? Don't you think you're off the hook, Frank Vogel? Because get ready for this, Frank Vogel. Why would you play Andre Drummond all these minutes when I said I actually made it very clear in the pregame show. I said who's gonna close out the fourth? Marc Gasol should have closed out the fourth because he's good at that. His defense comes in handy. His rebound comes in handy. Drummond looked horrible tonight. Horrid. I'm sorry, Laker Nation. You can debate a wall right here, but I don't care. They looked horrible. And then Dennis Schroeder. I get he shot okay from the field and he had 14 points, but I just think his presence was absolutely god awful in my opinion. Because I think Alex Caruso should have had more minutes. He means more to this team than Schroeder. And by the way, Schroeder, did I hear that you wanted 20 mil in the offseason? Why would Rob Pelinka give you 20 mil in the offseason? Why do you deserve 20 mil after this game? I'm sorry, I know what you did in the regular season was good, but I'm here for the playoffs. Laker Nation is here for the playoffs. We're here to see what you do in the playoffs. We don't care about the fact that like this is obviously going off a bit on the subject, talking a bit about like another player in the NBA, but Paul George. Do we really care that he averages like 30 points a game in the regular season? No. We care about what he does in the playoffs, and that goes to the same for you, Schroeder. We're not going to give you 20 mil based off that performance. If you keep, I mean, I know it's one game. I know you're gonna Laker Nation. You're probably gonna say like, Manny, like calm the hell down. Like it's just one game. If he does this the next games, he does not deserve 20 mil. He does not even deserve another contract with us. I'm sorry. I'm not giving him more than 5-6 mil after that performance. And then I'm gonna go to the bench a little bit. Oh, the bench. Guys, get ready for this. Trez, I know you had 2 good dunks. I just think you could have shot the ball more. I think you could have been better off the bench. You were a better presence off the bench in the regular season. I want to see more like that in the playoffs. But obviously, I don't know. You guys didn't seem like it. And then Kuzma. Great game, Kuzma. Great game. 0 points. Great. That's exactly what we want to see, Laker Nation. We want to see Kuzma, the guy that we took off the AD trade. Rob Pelinka's like, this guy is our third guy of 0 points and the regular season shooting 6 for 18 from the 3. Nope, that's not my third star. I know it's going off topic a little bit, but I still say this, Laker Nation. I'm still gonna say it. We should have kept Lonzo instead of Kuzma, and I'm gonna continue saying that. I don't care. Caruso, you're the only one that I'm good with. And by the way, obviously my Italian bro, my Italian fratello, we have one thing in common, is that us Italians, we don't hold back. We don't hold back any crap, because remember what Cameron Payne did? He pushed you for no reason. Literally, Cameron Payne, are you playing in the NBA or are you playing in the NHL? I don't know why you're showing so much physicality. But Caruso, good job, bro. Good job fighting back. That's what I like to see. And also CP3, you guys want to say, oh Manny, he got injured. I'm sorry, but when I saw in that first play from CP3 that he got injured and he went in the tunnel, I don't know about you guys, Aaron and Medina, but I didn't see him get hit at all. I don't know how he got injured there. I'm obviously not gonna like say that players get fake injuries, because obviously that's unethical. I can't really say that about an NBA player, but come on, like I didn't see him get hit at all. And then after I see him like shove LeBron to the floor for no reason, like what the hell was that? Like are the refs blind? They don't call anything on CP3. They're just gonna call something on Cameron Payne, which they should call something on Cameron Payne. I'm not saying they shouldn't, because he deserved 100,000% to get ejected. But you're not going to call a technical on CP3, because I'm sorry, but Phoenix obviously like to play. We keep it classy on the Ultimate Sports Show. We don't like to slander other teams, but Phoenix Suns, you guys are looking like a bunch of goons out there. You look like a bunch of goons, just like out there injuring people, falling to the floor and flopping. I'm sorry, but you guys played like pathetic, and if this is how you guys are as a team, I don't mess with the Phoenix Suns. I'm just saying that.
No.
Medina, the floor is yours.
Very well said, Manny. I don't really know how to top it off after that, but I'm going to try my best here, okay? So just bear with me, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, that game was something. Game ones are never the best for Lakers, as we could tell from last year. But you know what? Even though Phoenix played a dirty game, which I will admit.
Very dirty. Thank you.
The Lakers, they just didn't have that much heart in this game. I'm sorry. The only two people that I saw playing with some heart out there was LeBron and Caruso. And
I agree.
That was Aaron's pick and that was my pick. And you know what? I even saw a little bit of heart from Montrez in the first half too. I will admit that. But I got to say this, even though he's my man and I love him to death, Anthony Davis, 13 points, but playing almost a 40-minute game, that's not acceptable. Mm-hmm. We're in the playoffs now. If we have any chance of winning this championship again, this first round, it's not acceptable to have less than 20 points. I honestly thought AD was going to come out and score 35 points tonight, but that didn't happen. I'm really disappointed for him. He shot 5 for 16.
Yup.
0 for 2 from the 3-point line. I'm sorry, AD. You're not great with your 3-point shooting. I don't know why the hell you shot 3-pointers tonight, or you even tried to. I love you, AD, but you got to come back better next game, and I hope to God that you do, because you learn from every single bad game and you come out stronger the next game, and I expect that from you next game. Next person I'm going to talk about is LeBron James. LeBron, shout out to you. You only had 18 points, but you know what? You were the only one that I saw out there that was playing with heart, and Caruso as well. But still, LeBron, 3 for 7. You're not a 3-point shooter. I get that you shot that clutch game winner, but you cannot be shooting 3-pointers all game. You need to be driving that ball into the paint. That is where your specialty is at. I don't care what Denver is doing. I don't care if they have the lead. You do not settle for 3-point shots at the end of the game. You're cold. You need to be driving that ball in. Drummond, 12 points, 9 rebounds. I'll give that to you. I'm impressed with your rebounds, but 12 points. But come on, we picked you up for a reason. We expected you to be our third guy, and you're not showing that to us. We need playoff Drummond to come out if we have any chance of winning. Schroeder, I couldn't have said it better than Manny himself. Schroeder, you had 14 points, but you know what? I didn't see any heart out there. I need to expect more from you. If you want more money from the Lakers, you better earn that.
Facts.
You better earn that. KCP, love you to death too, but 1 for 7 from the 3-point line? Come on. If you're not going to make your first 4 3-pointers, what makes you think you're going to make the last 3? You go drive that ball in. If the ball is in your hand, you drive it in and you get a foul and you get an N1 and you go for a 3-point play. I'm sorry, 7 points was a 35-minute game. That's unacceptable. Kuzma, you're inconsistent during the playoffs. I can't. I'm not even going to say more than that. You better show up the next game. Harrell, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 15 minutes. I'll accept that. You play with some heart in the first half. I'm not going to bash on you that much. I mean, Matthews played 12 minutes, but still, he shot 0 for 3, 2 points, unacceptable. Caruso, 10 points. Way to fight back, Caruso. I'm happy you did because Payne should not get away with that. I'm so happy he got ejected. I'm so glad Harrell came in for the rescue and he pushed him too. I was afraid that Harrell was going to get ejected from the game for that push, but that didn't happen, thank God. And you know, we got 2 technicals from it, but whatever. Horton Tucker didn't play that much, unfortunately. But you know what? I would have liked to see Horton Tucker play more minutes. I feel like he could have contributed to the game, as well as Marc Gasol. I'm sorry, Vogel. Yeah, like Manny was saying, we're going to come after you too. Why the hell did you not play Gasol in that game? Why the hell did you play Drummond for 19 minutes, but you didn't put Gasol in there for a few minutes? He would have made a big difference in that last quarter. We cut it down to 8 points at one point towards like the last quarter of the game. And then we lost it. And I really feel like Gasol's presence would have made a huge difference. I told you guys in pregame, 2 people I don't want to see in the last few minutes of the fourth quarter are Drummond and Kuzma, and it's for a very good reason because they have not proven themselves yet. That's all I got to say. I'm frustrated. I know all of Laker Nation are. Hopefully we can learn from this game and we can come back from it. But off to you now, Aaron.
Wow. Tell me guys how you really feel.
I never hold back. You know me, bro.
I know. We never hold back here. I mean, we keep it 100 here. But you know, honestly, you know, obviously we give credit where credit's due. Shout out to Devin Booker, man. I mean, dropped 34 points on us. He damn well deserved it. He played his heart out. He just couldn't miss. He was electric. He kind of I think he just kind of channeled his inner Kobe in him, and he just absolutely went off. He's one hell of a scorer. And you know, in 45 minutes, going 13 for 26, that's gonna do it for them. I mean, they were riding with him. Ayton was great in the game. Bridges was great in the game. Honestly, though, I'm glad. I mean, I think we can all agree here. Obviously, I'm glad Chris Paul was okay. I mean, he's still, no matter what, I don't like seeing players get injured. I don't like seeing it affect it because then there's people that'll say, well, look, it's getting one-sided because the Lakers have a better advantage. Well, you know, in the NBA playoffs, you want to see everybody healthy. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets injuries. Chris Paul got banged up. Then LeBron got banged up again. And you know what? It happens. I get it. It's basketball. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he's able to play throughout the rest of the series. Keep it competitive, both sides. Everybody stays healthy. That's the most important thing. The Lakers just got to learn. We just got to make we got to make defensive adjustments. I think, like Tyson was saying too, is, you know, Vogel's got to switch things around. There's lineups they were trying out, and it just didn't work. And I think the Lakers just got to say, look, you know, we cannot give up 52 points in the paint to DeAndre Ayton and that crew, because
unacceptable.
It's just not. There's no excuses for it. We have the height advantage. We could score in the paint. I think they honestly just got to say, look, you cannot. You know, they say there's a phrase that uses all the time in basketball, which is, if you're gonna live by the 3, you're gonna die by the 3.
Yes.
And that's what the Lakers were doing today. And when you go 7 for 26 from 3 today, that's 26% for those of you that know. For those of you that love stats, when you shoot that badly today, you're just gonna keep riding with it because you're just gonna keep shooting it till you make it, and you gotta adjust your game. This is the playoffs here. There's no time to just say, you know what, I'm just going to keep shooting. You know what? Okay, like if you're going to take 2 attempts in a row, okay, that's not, whatever, it just didn't fall. Now you just got to come back on the next offensive possession and say, look, I can't get my threes to go. Let me get inside. Let me go to the paint, or let me get some mid-range. Okay, my mid-range is not falling. Maybe my legs aren't there right this second. Okay, now I got to drive to the hole. Now let me get Ayton in trouble. Now let me go after Crowder. Let me get into the paint. Let me get their guys in trouble. We got them in trouble too. I mean, I think Ayton and Crowder had like 3 fouls before halftime, and they were getting pesky in the paint, but they just did not take advantage of that. They were letting them say, hey, look, we got them out of the game, but we're still going to try and shoot threes. We just can't do that, guys. We got to make adjustments here. I'd like to see Marc Gasol playing in the next game as well. I get it. Like, if you're going to start Drummond in the game, if you're going to start him in the game, make adjustments throughout the game. If Drummond's going to play the first few minutes, if he's not responsive, if he's not being aggressive in there, Drummond's out, Gasol comes back in. Then you have more ball movement from the center. You have Gasol cutting people in passing lanes. You've the floor opens up a little bit more. I'd be curious to see what happens too if, they ended up doing that. Say, we're just going to take down Drummond's minutes, put Gasol in there, and then vice versa, maybe not play Montrezl Harrell as much, because obviously he was struggling today. Maybe reduce his minutes a little bit. But honestly, they were just hitting they had some shots, like Montrezl Harrell had some shots he should have put in there. I mean, there's no excuses for it. You got to bully ball yourself away. I mean, we know what you can do with the Clippers. We know how aggressive you were and how you earned your 6th man of the year. I think you're just going to see those kind of adjustments. I meant people are already saying like Marc Gasol should start. I don't know if they're going to start him. I don't think they're going to start him in that way, but I think they're going to still run with this lineup. But I think it's going to be something where they're going to adjust. They're going to adjust the minutes. They're going to adjust who's playing what, and probably going to see Anthony Davis at the 5.
Yeah, like we said in the pregame, AD should play the 5. But I said that more for the second round because in case if we get Denver. But back to what you were saying, Aaron, honestly, I totally agree. Like, Montrezl Harrell needs to play better as well. My guy, Trez, needs to play better. And, Trez, by you playing, like, a lackluster game, you're basically, like, proving guys like Skip Bayless right when he was saying that, the reason why the Clippers lost last year is because of Trez. He's inconsistent in the playoffs. You're basically proving him right. You can't do that. Here in Laker Nation, we don't care here in Laker Nation. Here it's all about winning. And it's all about our players stepping up. If you're not going to step up, we're going to hold you accountable. You got to play better than that. And honestly, another thing I got to bring up, before we went live, I mentioned to Aaron and Medina that one thing that doesn't make sense is the fact that we're bigger than Phoenix, but for some reason they out-rebounded us. I don't understand. I really don't understand. Like, the fact that we only had 33 rebounds to their 47 rebounds. The Andre Ayton is the only traditional big man that the Phoenix Suns have. But we made them have 47 rebounds on us, and we only had 33. Great job, Frank Vogel. I literally think this has to be Frank Vogel's worst coached game as a Laker by far, and it's not even close. Regular season, playoffs, preseason, guys, I don't care. Frank Vogel, if you're watching, you're probably not. This is your worst coached game as a Laker, and it's not even close. Like, I don't think you had a worse coaching game than this. The rotations that you did, awful. We even said it, and I said it, Medina said it, Aaron said it, we're all going to say it again. The fact that you did not play Gasol was a huge mistake. And Medina also brought this up, THT. Why did THT only play 7 minutes? I really don't understand this. He had a game winner against the Knicks. You didn't see like the upside of this kid. We kept, and also I'm sure Rob Pelinka sees the upside in him too, because he's the reason why we didn't trade for Kyle Lowry. He's the reason why we were like, you know what, Kyle Lowry, you're not going to be Laker. You're staying in Toronto because we're keeping THT because we see stardom in this kid, and he has stardom. And another thing, I think we made a mistake also not playing, because we need to shoot threes in order to win. Ben McLemore. Why did Ben McLemore not play? That's another thing I want to think about. Ben McLemore was making a lot of shots down the stretch the past few games. And he's like, and Vogel's like, you know what? I'm not going to play him. Screw that. I'm not playing Ben McLemore. I'm sorry, but that might have cost us a game. We only lost by 9. Can you imagine if we actually played? And also, another guy who actually stepped up in the bubble too didn't play. Markieff Morris. How come Markieff Morris didn't play? We even said in the pregame show here at Ultimate Sports Show that he was big in the playoffs. He made some clutch threes, and he even played some small ball center position. Why didn't he play? Frank Vogel, like, I'm sorry. You guys might think I'm being a hater out here in the comment section or viewers on the show, but I don't care. I give 0 F stars right now. Frank Vogel, this was your worst coached game as a Laker.
You know, we're pretty heated right now, guys. Obviously, you guys know who we're rooting for. But, you know, if anything, the bubble taught us last year. And a lot of people are going to say it was probably easier for the Lakers to win because of the bubble. But I still think otherwise. Game 1 always taught us a lesson. We got blown out the first two round in game 1. I'm sorry. But we came back stronger and we won 4 straight games. And I'm kind of hoping that this is a loss that we learn from and we come back stronger, not just for the players, but for Vogel as well. I'm not sure what's going on through his head. Just like Manny said, why didn't you play Horton Tucker? Horton Tucker has proved himself more than Kuzma has. And
thank you.
However long Kuzma's been on the team for, Horton Tucker has proven himself way more. I know that he's not like the top player just yet, but he is a better bench player than Kuzma, in my opinion. And why not start McLemore? That's something I wanted to touch on as well, Manny, but you got to it first. And he's a great 3-point shooter, and we could have used him tonight. There's Gasol, McLemore, and Horton Tucker. They could have played more minutes that would have contributed us winning tonight. I'm not sure what the heck was going on in this Lakers team head tonight, or in our coach's head tonight, but mistake after mistake, and we better learn from it so we can show up in game 2, because I don't want to see this go into a game 7 series. You might be right, Manny, or we might just come back and, you know, blow the Phoenix Suns 4 straight games, which is something we would love to see. But you know what? As much as I do believe that the Lakers earned their title last year, I will say this. Having the fans back in the crowd, it makes a huge difference. I could tell after every shot the Phoenix Suns would take, it would bring a lot more pressure onto the Lakers. They would get more panicked. They were more nervous. And it's hard having fans back out there when we're at an away game. And I just feel like that also contributed to a lot of nervous, panicked shooting. And it's hard, but we gotta learn how to play with that again. We gotta adjust to that again if we have any chance of winning. But you know, I think we've slandered enough of our players. Phoenix, they could have played like a little cleaner, but they did have a good game. Just like Aaron said, Booker came out strong and he knocked us down hard. He played incredibly tonight. The Lakers needed to play better if we had any chance of winning. I mean, I know we keep talking about 3-pointers, guys, but something else I want to bring up. We shot 17 for 28 from the 3-point line. That's 60%. That is not acceptable in the playoffs. I'm sorry. We need to make at least like 85% of those free throw shootings. I know the Lakers are not the best at free throw shooting, but like that 3-point play that LeBron got when he got fouled at the 3-point line, he should have made all 3 of those shots. But he didn't. He missed 2 of those free throws, and he made one. And I got so mad at him because I'm like, you're gonna make a beautiful play like that, but then you're not gonna make all 3 of your shots. That matters in the playoffs. This is no longer a season game. Every shot counts at this point. Yes. Especially when you're going against a team like the Suns. That is unacceptable. And you know what? I know that we're always happy when the Lakers get less than 20 turnovers, but 14 turnovers for this game, for a playoff game, that's also unacceptable. There's a lot that we need to learn from this game that we need to avoid in the second game. Because if we lose that second game, it's going to be a lot harder for us to come back and win this series. But we got to learn. We got to come back stronger. We got to win game 2. We gotta get better with driving in the paint. We got to get better with our free throw shooting. And if we get hot, then sure, go for the 3-pointers. But if not, it's not the end of the world if we don't go for 3-point shots. Take it away, Aaron.
Also, have some news to also report. There's probably a good reason why Ben McLemore hasn't played. He was involved in a car crash the night. The
Sure.
later that night after the Warrior following
heard
the
about
Lakers
that.
winning during the Warriors. You hope he's okay. I mean, it seems like from what I've read, that he's okay. That there was no injuries. That he got away with everything fine. And I don't know. Maybe that has to do with why he hasn't been playing because they want to make sure he's perfectly okay and his body feels okay. Um, but thankfully he is okay. I heard he was on the bench. They're just taking very big precautions on how he's feeling and how his body reacts to any of the extra treatment they're making sure he feels. So thankfully he's okay. Hopefully you'll see him in game 2. And honestly, guys, I mean, look, I mean, we hit it right on the spot. You know, we're calling the players out because we care about them and we know that
Facts.
the Lakers are better than this and they can play a lot better, and their defense did not look like the number 1 rated defense of team in the league at all. You just got to make adjustments, you know, and that's how the playoffs are. That's how it is, no matter what it is. You know, it's better than it being coming down to the end where you know, all of a sudden then it's like, okay, well, how is your team supposed to you know, how do you react to different lineups later on in the situation of the series? So also I think it's all about adjustments, and I think the Lakers will be fine about that. Look, it's one game, and it doesn't mean anything. So, you know, it doesn't matter how you start, it's about how you end the series, and that's all that matters. You could be as long as the Lakers tie this series at 1. That's the only thing they should be worried about. How do we make adjustments? How do we contain Booker? That's the biggest thing right there. He killed us, and he's the main reason why. He was cooking, and he was just absolutely making us pay from the offensive end. And you know what? That's fine, because you know what? That happened with Portland too. If you guys remember, Portland was red hot in the first game that we played them in the first round, and game 1 we lost that game, and LeBron and AD just kind of shook each other and said, okay, you know what? Give us that. It's okay. We'll take it out. Like, and Vogel pulled out LeBron and AD, and LeBron was pissed, and he sat down. And there was another image of LeBron just furious at himself. And you know what? It's okay, because let them have that smoke. Let them feel like they just got their asses kicked, because it's okay, because they just didn't play great. And now, how do they respond? How do you respond in game 2? What adjustments do you make on Booker? How do you contain Chris Paul? Maybe you don't triple team. There was a lot of triple teaming that obviously affected how their defense went, because you're having 3 guys on there. That means there's 2 open perimeter spots, and or somebody could take the paint and go after them and attack the rim. So I'll be very curious to see what they do, what defensive assignments they do, who ends up starting, if they make adjustments to the starting lineup. What do you guys think? Do you guys think they're going to actually make an adjustment to the starting lineup, or do you think they're just going to reduce some players' minutes and just kind of shuffle things around in game 2?
I have no idea. And I'll tell you why I have no idea. Because Frank Vogel didn't show me like he was able to coach this team right today, whatever. Like that's why Tuesday. And you're asking Aaron why, what, do you think he's gonna come up with a new rotation? I really can't answer that question. I have no idea, because it seems like Frank Vogel really has a thing with Drummond, but more than he does with Gasol. I know Gasol was inconsistent to start the year. But ever since the All-Star break, Gasol has looked like he actually belongs in this team. He's been very good as of late, ever since the All-Star break. So, Andre Drummond, go back to the bench. Gasol should start. That's what I would do. And I remember me and Medina, remember that show we did, me and you, Medina, when we were hosting I forgot it was pregame. I think it was pregame that we did.
Yep.
And you asked me if AD should play with Gasol, and I said yes. And that's what I want to see Vogel do. But will Vogel do it? Like I said, I don't know. I really don't know. Because, like I said, I'm like steaming mad right now at Frank Vogel, because I think he looked like Luke Walton tonight. He really, really did. And you guys know how much I felt about Luke Walton. I made it very clear on Twitter like a few months ago when I tweeted. I was like, he is by far the worst coach in Laker history. And Frank Vogel, you don't want to be in that same category as Luke Walton. You really do not. I get he was a 2-time NBA champion, but that was as a player. I'm talking about as a coach. Laker Nation, if you want to come at me right now saying like, stop slandering Luke Walton as a two-time champ. I'm talking about him as a coach, not as a player. So you need to be better than that, Frank Vogel. You need to coach the team right. Coach like you did in the regular season. You actually, I know you like to like change up rotations and stuff. Regular season, you looked good. Tonight, you look. My boy Alex wrote here. I don't think you can change anything. If AD plays how everyone knows he can, this game. Yeah, but the problem is AD didn't play like that. That's the problem, McEwen. He didn't play like that. But if he does play like that, I agree with you. Like we all know the way AD is, and he'll play and this series will be over sooner enough. But I said this before the series started, and I'm still gonna say it. Lakers in 7. It's always Lakers in 7, no matter what. I don't care. As a diehard fan, I'm always gonna believe in my team. Like, you guys might think like, oh, Manny, you're just like crapping on the entire roster. Are you a true fan or what? And I like what I have to answer to that is nah. I call them out because I am a true fan, and I don't care what the hell happens. When they play lackluster, I'm gonna call them out. I don't give 2 cares. I'm gonna call them out.
To answer your question though, Aaron, I think that we should shuffle some players around. If we don't see like a good game from Andre, we need to sub him out for Gasol. Will Vogel do that? Only time will tell. Only the next team will show that. But just like Alex was saying, you know, we shouldn't have to make any changes. But if AD comes out playing a strong game, you know, if LeBron had 35 points tonight, if AD had like 28 points tonight, this game could have gone way differently. And if I remember last year, there was a game that AD only had 7 points or 7 shot attempts in a game. And I remember everyone bashing on him like crazy because that was like one of his worst season. I think that was his worst season game overall. And then the next game he came out and he scored like 35 or more points. So this game better feel up AD because we know what he's capable of doing. And I want to see a 35-point game from AD next game. I want to see LeBron have more than 30 points. I want to see like AD have more than 30 points because those are our 2 main guys. If they're not scoring more than that, we're going to have the Phoenix Suns crapping on us. I'm sorry, but like that's the best way I can put it. We need our 2 main guys to step it up first. If we see that Drummond is not stepping it up, we sub him out. If we see that Kuzma's not having a good game, we sit him out. We have Caruso, THT rather than Kuzma in there because I would rather play around with the rotation than have what we had tonight and we have an awful game. I would rather play around and see who does better because like I said before in the pregame, I don't care who's out there. Whoever's playing their best basketball better be out there, and whoever's having a cold game better be sitting out. That's the hard truth. I love all my Lakers. I have faith in everyone. I love my Lakers. I have faith in Drummond and Kuzma to step it up eventually soon. But right now it's a playoff game, and we cannot afford to lose any more games. So whatever Vogel's got to do, he's got to do it, and he shouldn't be scared to do it. That's how we won last year, and that's how we're going to win this year.
Exactly. You know, only time will tell, and Lakers just got to worry about tying this at 1. Next game, Tuesday the 25th, 7 o'clock game. That's going to do it for us for Lakers Live post-game show. Tune in Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 9:30 on the East Coast. Lakers Live pregame show will get you guys ready for the game and give you our breakdowns and all of the fun jazz. Make sure you guys give us your predictions. Also, make sure you are following us on our Instagram as well, The Ultimate Sports Show. For Manny, Medina, and myself, I'm Aaron, guys. We will catch you on Tuesday for game number 2, Suns and the Lakers. That's going to do it, guys. Take care.
Peace.
Take care, guys.